The email says, "Congratulations." Your stomach hears, "They may have made a mistake." Yesterday, you knew how to be useful. Today, people expect answers from you. Your calendar is fuller, your title is bigger, and somehow your confidence feels smaller. So you prepare twice as much, you speak half as freely, you check every decision after you make it, and when someone says, "You earned this," part of you quietly answers, "If you knew how uncertain I feel, you might take it back." If that is happening to you, this video is not going to tell you to fake confidence. Before it ends, I will give you a 4-part proof loop for your first 30 days, so you can learn the role, make useful decisions, and build evidence that your frightened mind cannot easily erase. Because feeling new is not the same as being a fraud. A promotion can change your position in one afternoon. Your self-image usually takes longer. For years, you may have been rewarded for being the person who knew the details, solved the problem, and delivered the work. Then one day, you are asked to guide other people doing that work. The old role gave you a clear way to prove your value. Finish the task well. The new role is less visible. You may need to set direction, make a decision with incomplete information, protect the team from noise, give difficult feedback, or say no to work that should not be done. Those actions do not always produce an immediate gold star. Sometimes good leadership looks like a problem that never reaches the team. Sometimes it looks like a decision people understand only weeks later. Your responsibility has changed, but your internal measurement system is still scoring the old job. I call this the identity gap, the distance between the role you now hold and the version of yourself you still believe you are. That gap creates a painful thought. A real leader would already know how to do this. But that thought hides something important. The organization did not promote a finished future version of you. It promoted the judgment, effort, and potential you have already demonstrated, and gave you a new room in which to grow. You are not supposed to arrive fully formed. Imagine your first important Monday in the new role. You enter the same building, but your access card opens a different floor. The elevator doors close. For a few seconds, your reflection looks unfamiliar. At 9 o'clock, your old teammates sit across from you. Last month, you complained about confusing priorities together. Today, they are waiting for you to make those priorities clear. One person asks which client should come first. Another asks whether the Friday deadline is real. A third has a problem you have never handled before. You feel the room waiting. So you do what capable, anxious people often do. You try to become impossible to criticize. You answer too quickly. You promise too much. You check every decision after you make it. And one morning, you wake up to an inbox full of questions you weren't supposed to answer in the first place. The promotion was supposed to feel like progress. Instead, it feels like an audition that never ends. If this feels close to your week, tell me in the comments, which pressure is strongest? Knowing, proving, or pleasing? One word is enough. The first trap is performing certainty. You believe a leader must always have the answer, so you stop asking useful questions. You hide confusion, speak in finished sentences, and make decisions before you understand the situation. But confidence without curiosity is not leadership, it's armor. The second trap is overfunctioning. You join every conversation, fix every detail, and become the emergency contact for problems other people could learn to solve. It feels responsible because you're working hard, but each rescue quietly teaches the team, "Wait for me." Soon, you're exhausted, and they are less capable than before. The third trap is borrowing approval. You say yes because disappointment feels dangerous. You soften necessary feedback. You delay a decision until everyone agrees. The room may like you, but it cannot rely on a direction that changes with every reaction. Notice what all three traps have in common. They are attempts to remove uncertainty before you act. But a bigger role contains bigger uncertainty. If you wait to feel completely sure, you will either freeze or control everything around you. You do not need to prove that you belong before doing the job. You need a way to learn the job while doing it. Here's the fix. For your first 30 days, stop asking, "Do I feel like a leader yet?" Ask, "What evidence am I creating this week?" Use 4 steps. Learn the room, name the job, make one useful decision, and record the proof. For the first week, do not try to impress everyone with immediate answers. Build a map. Ask each important person 3 simple questions. What is working that I should not disturb? Where does work repeatedly get stuck? What decision are we avoiding? Then listen for patterns, not compliments. One complaint may be a personal preference. The same friction mentioned by 5 people is information. Learning the room is not weakness. It is how you avoid solving the wrong problem with impressive energy. Next, name the real job. Write one sentence that begins, "My job in this role is to..." Do not copy your full job description. Write the useful center of the role. Maybe it is, "My job is to help this team choose the right work and finish it without constant emergencies." Or, "My job is to turn customer confusion into clear product decisions." Keep the sentence where you can see it. When a request arrives, ask whether it belongs to that job. This protects you from using busyness to feel valuable. The new role is not your old workload plus meetings. If you keep doing everything that earned the promotion, you may have no space to do what the promotion requires. Now, make one useful decision. Do not try to transform the whole department in 30 days. Choose one decision that reduces repeated confusion. Clarify which client comes first. Remove a meeting with no purpose. Give one project a clear owner. Protect one focused morning. Tell the team what done means before Friday arrives. Make the decision visible. Explain what you know, what you don't know, why you're choosing this direction, and when you will review it. That's not pretending to be certain. It's being responsible with uncertainty. Your team does not need a leader who predicts everything. It needs a leader whose thinking can be understood. Finally, record the proof. At the end of each week, open one page and write 3 lines. What did I notice? What did I decide? What became clearer or easier because of it? This is your evidence ledger. Imposter feelings survive by editing your memory. They enlarge mistakes and explain away progress as luck. The ledger makes progress harder to erase. Not vague praise, specific evidence. 2 teammates now know who owns the launch. The client received one clear answer instead of 3 conflicting ones. I asked for context before giving an opinion. Confidence is not always the starting emotion. Often, it's the memory of promises you've watched yourself keep. There will still be a meeting where your voice shakes. There will be a decision you would change later. Someone with more experience may challenge you. A person who wanted your position may not make the transition easy. The goal is not to remove every uncomfortable feeling. The goal is to stop treating discomfort as a verdict. At first, the new chair may feel borrowed. Sit in it anyway, not with arrogance, but with responsibility. Say, "I don't know yet. I will find out by Thursday." Say, "I made that call. Here's the reasoning, and here's what would change my mind." Say, "You know this system better than I do. Show me what I'm missing." Those sentences don't make you smaller. They make you trustworthy. Real authority is not the performance of knowing everything. It's the ability to create clarity without hiding uncertainty. If this is the kind of practical psychology you want, not empty motivation, but tools you can use at work, like this video and subscribe. Then make it a habit. One lesson, one written note, and one action within 24 hours. Don't binge 10 ideas and use none. For this transition, one book I recommend is The First 90 Days by Michael D. Watkins. It's specifically about getting up to speed in a new role and navigating leadership transitions. You don't need to finish it in a weekend. Read 10 pages with your morning coffee. If sitting down to read doesn't fit your life yet, listen to the audiobook on Audible or another audiobook service during your commute or walk. But use one rule. After every reading or listening session, write, "What will I apply tomorrow?" A book doesn't change your life because you completed it. It changes what you notice, question, and practice when you return to real life. And the same rule applies here. Subscribe if you want this channel to become part of your learning rhythm. Come back for the next lesson, but bring one piece of evidence from the last one. That's how returning viewers become a real community. Not because everyone agrees, but because everyone is practicing. This recommendation is not a promise that one book will remove imposter feelings. It's simply a useful companion for the practical transition you're already making. Before the next workday begins, create your first proof loop. Ask one person the 3 learning questions. Write your one-sentence job. Choose one decision that will reduce confusion. Create the first page of your evidence ledger. Then comment in this format: role, proof, date. For example, new manager, clarify project ownership, Friday. And tell me honestly, what part of this video felt most like your real life? Your answers help me choose the next invisible work problem we solve together. You may not feel ready when you enter the room tomorrow. Enter anyway. Learn before you perform. Decide before you over-control. Record what your fear forgets. They didn't promote a finished leader. They gave a capable person a larger place to grow. Now own the role, one useful piece of proof at a time.